Welcome back, ARK players, to a brand new video. Now, today we're going to be going through the community crunch 451 for ARK, and we have the roadmap update that we've all been waiting for. And to be honest, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've had a little skim through it before this video starts. Normally I read it through with you guys straight away, but I saw it come through and I wanted to read through it and process some things first. I haven't actually read through the whole thing. I've only sort of skimmed through it, and I'm gonna say I'm disappointed. We'll read it through together and sort of have a talk about it afterwards. But yeah, anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. You can probably tell I'm a little bit disappointed with things, but we'll get on with that later. And I hate being like this. I want to be positive, but it's really, really hard to be positive sometimes, you know, when it comes to situations like this. But I'll catch you guys in the next part. Okay, so Community Crunch 451, UE 5.5, and Roadmap Update and Asterisk Contest winners. So here we go. Welcome to another edition of the Community Crunch. With the quarter wrapped up, let's take a moment to check in on ASA, where we are, what's next, and how the road is shaping up. And as soon as I read this, I knew this was happening. I've said it to people, you know, in the LoadedCrysis cluster. I said I'm potentially expecting a delay, and I've said it in my videos as well. Like, you know, it's something I expected. So Unreal Engine 5.5 upgrade. So the biggest project we're working on at the moment is the upgrade to Unreal Engine 5.5. This is a massive undertaking by the team, and it is taking a lot longer than anticipated. It's still our highest priority internally. Basically, all of the core engineering resources at the company are focused on this, and we're targeting a launch somewhere between April 15th and May 15th. We're primarily still working on eliminating bugs and that have occurred as a result of the upgrade on the already existing content. The patch that rolls out the upgrade will provide immediate benefits to performance, namely around rendering, load times, and will also be structuring the game packages so that the maps other than the island will become optional downloads, significantly reducing the size of the base game installation, which is obviously really important. Yeah, one thing I want to say before it is just what is really upsetting me, and you guys know, I show a lot of love to Studio Wildcard, and I sometimes get sort of a bit of hate for it because people say, oh, you show so much love to Wildcard, and it's because I genuinely believe they're a talented team, and they have talented people that work for them. They make amazing trailers, they've made an amazing game, but this kind of delay is just, you know, it just sort of gets to a point where it starts as a bit of a joke. You know, they make it a bit of a joke about their, you know, but then it comes to a point where it's, you know, the game is obviously very unoptimized, and you look forward to things and you're told things, and this delay is on just another level. But anyway, so we'll be using the new tools available from the engine to improve our pipelines and workflow, which should result in higher quality product. This will primarily be noticed on new releases such as Ragnarok, which is currently being developed in the Unreal Engine 5.5 version, Valguero and Lost Colony, and in future we'll hopefully be able to find time to go back and take some of the new rendering systems from UE5 to make further improvements to the already released maps and content, which is great because that's what we want. But I think one thing that I would say that Studio Wildcard need to work on is to truly sort out this mess of delays. Like, it's fine in game development, right? So I've never been in game development, so I can't even say how crazy it must be. It must be really hard to wrap up launches. It must be really hard to do things. But come on, it's been 10 years. 10 years since this game has launched, and they've not been able to get things spot on. And one of the things they promised us with, you know, ASA was that they've learnt from past mistakes, and it's the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. Additionally, we know there are concerns about modders when the upgrade happens, and what this might do to mods, and we're going to do our best to eliminate as many crashes as we can, and of course resolve issues which will occur as we resolve them ourselves that impact mods. We intend to make sure that every premium mod is functioning for release, along with a sampling of the most popular free mods. The breath? the breadth of that should ensure that the vast majority of mods work prior to the release. Our partners at Overwolf will be recooking all of the ASA mods automatically for UE 5.5, and while some of the thousands of mods may potentially have new functional issues upon UE 5.5, if there are any modding specific issues caused by engine upgrade, we'll work to fix them as soon as we can. So this is something as well for if you're in the LoadedCrysis cluster. I wanted to mention to you guys earlier. Obviously, I was waiting for the sort of the right time to say it, is that basically when this upgrade is getting closer, we want to find out what mods are going to be sorted out for the game and brought up to UE 5.5, and the ones that might not be supported we might have to get rid of for a certain amount of time. So please prepare if you're on the LoadedCrysis cluster for that may happen. Luckily, we only sort of work with the most popular mods, but obviously there's a few that might struggle within the upgrade, so I would just obviously watch out for that. So yeah, that's something obviously to look out for. Within time, they'll upgrade and catch up, but there's obviously actually when it happens. So it's a scary time. It is obviously a scary time with that stuff, but we're going to be backing up all types of saves. We've got things in place already. We're working with Nitrado to ensure that things are sorted. So please, obviously, don't. I know you're going to be worried, but this is the same with every single server, every single cluster is going to have the same issues. So for future updates, we're going to try and see if they can be done without recooking mods. In particular, this case, Material System underwent such an overhaul from Unreal Engine 5.1 to Unreal Engine 5.5 that using the old pre-compiled cooked shaders was not an option. We won't be doing full engine upgrades more than once per year, especially as we're able to pull smaller critical changes necessary, and even on the larger upgrades, we believe the future it will be possible to previously cook mods by adding. Okay, yeah, so they're gonna say that they can make it better, but that's pretty much sums up where we're at with Unreal Engine 5.5, and that's pretty much all we can talk about, as well as some particular features we're excited about. We'll leave that for now, which they expect it. So the one thing I'm just finding crazy now, this is a really scary time, and more because you're looking forward to this upgrade and you're upset about the delay, but also it could break a lot of things. And obviously they're working on making sure a lot of the premium mods are okay because they're the paid ones that people have paid money for. But who really knows right now how much love they're going to show to the free ones. So I guess we'll find out what's going on there. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next part. Okay, so I guess this is a little bit of a summary. So they're saying 5.5 is still underway and targeting between April and May. Is the top priority for the team. We don't need to read through this, do we? And hoping that future upgrades won't be as painful. So basically, they say all mods will be automatically recooked by Overwolf, but it's possible some mods will have new issues. We intend to directly check and verify all premium mods and most popular free mods. Blah, blah, blah. One more thing. This summer, one-click... Okay, yeah, low system requirement mode will get the game to run on a... Okay, so basically you're going to be able to run the game on... This is what I've been waiting for. They've talked about this for a while. So we'll get the game to run on a GeForce 180 level cards on systems that have 16 gigabytes of RAM. The game won't look pretty, but it will look intelligent. One thing I want to say, so similar to the quality of the shader model of ARK Survival Evolved. I mean, that's fair enough. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because with time, things change, things upgrade, and obviously things do get more expensive. If the game looks more like ARK Survival Evolved and it allows people to play, the new game on an upgraded, at a lower version, then that's fine. But still... It's a weird place. Ragnarok Ascended. Speaking of Ragnarok, we've got an update on that too. As this map is being developed specifically in the 5.5 version of the engine, we're not able to release it until the 5.5 upgrade is live. And also Ragnarok's progress has been impacted by the upgrade itself, which means it'll be taking a lot longer than expected, or a little longer, and we've locked in for a June 2nd launch date. We recognise this is disappointing as we know how beloved this map is, and we're going to be doing our best to ensure that it meets your expectations when it releases. We're also fortunate and thrilled to be working with the original creators of the map who recently rejoined the studio and are helping us out to get it out the door for June 2nd, ride or die. It's very frustrating because that means that they're obviously, you know, we had Asterisk, so March, April, May, June, so that's a 4-month. And if it wasn't for Asterisk coming out then it would have been a January, February, March, April, May, June. It would have been 6 months until the next map, like, you know, which is just insane. Right, okay, so I'll catch you guys in the next part. Excellent Adventures. We're working on a little Excellent Adventure event to take place during April. The only thing is that the precise dates are still being figured out, and we're juggling that upgrade too. It's possible the event might get pushed back a little to take place after Easter. However, we'll have a clearer idea in the days ahead. I'm not even going to think about that event right now because a little one sounds pretty like poo. Can poop? Will YouTube allow me to say that? Final thoughts. Beyond these, the team is still hard at work on delivering the additional maps for the rest of the year, more bug, balance, and quality of life fixes, which you should have seen a number in yesterday's patch, and of course, ASA's first canonical expansion pack, Lost Colony. Thank you for all your support and patience as we work to bring you ARK Survival Ascended to new heights. So, basically, what this is telling me is everything is going to be pretty much delayed. One thing you will obviously notice is Lost Colony won't be delayed because that's a paid map, and obviously that's what's going to bring the big revenue in for the company. So we won't see a Lost Colony delay, but I do expect to see other map delays. To be honest, it's just been a pretty poor last couple of weeks for ARK, and it's been a pretty poor year for the game. So many issues, so many problems, and it's a real shame to see. So I'm trying my best not to be negative because I am literally just, this whole video is pure negativity, but it's just really frustrating that this is still going on in 2025, and I do believe that the new game has caused a lot more issues than maybe the old game would have caused. But yeah, so anyway, I'll catch you guys in the live ops updates. Okay, so live ops updates. So we've been asking, well, we've seen you asking about moving day, and official Asterisk transfers will fully open on April 11th, allowing players to move items, creatures, and characters onto the map without restriction. Please pack your dodos in a bubble wrap. Inactive official server depreciation. So hey survivors, after careful consideration of our data, we've opted to commence the process of sunsetting a selection of our inactive official servers. Our goal is to ensure that we're always delivering the best possible experience, and basically what it is they noticed that, you know, they as you can see here, we still intend to provide larger capacity at launches. So basically, because ASA seems to sort of at this moment in time, it has a crazy player count when there's a launch, and after a while it seems to drop off. And it has started to really drop off recently, and that's been, they started to really build it back up with the launch of Aberration, then Extinction. And because there's been that kind of delay, there's been issues going on. They've lost a lot of players recently, and it's such a shame to see that happen because of, you know, you know, before they were, like last year, they were pumping out content, not that fast, but like they still were sort of, they got a bit better towards the end of 2024. And it's getting worse again. But yeah, anyway, so this is all of the servers, if you want to pause it, that are going to be getting removed. And yeah, so this is now available, the cosmetic pack, the animated series cosmetic packs, $14.99. And I think, to be honest, I'll probably end the video there because I'm just feeling slightly disappointed. I don't really want to go into like a rant or, you know, anything like that about it because I just feel extremely disappointed, and it's such a shame because you know, things are going to come in the end. They're going to eventually make it to the game, but it's just like the amount of countless amounts of videos I've had to make on this, and ASA just seems to have more issues than the previous game, and it just feels like because it's, you know, that it's a whole brand new game they made, things just seem to, I don't know. And anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and these next couple of months will be interesting. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and come and join us in the Loaded Crisis cluster if you want to play on the current maps, and I'll see you in my next video.